Om. And namaste. Welcome everyone, wherever you may be around the world. We know that many people are joining for today's broadcast in celebration, most auspicious celebration of our Satguru Papaji, Papaji Jayanti today. And so I'm very happy. We're here in Montisage, very happy that we are joined by so many of Sangha around the world today at this point. And thank you for joining. Quite a number of you I can see. And welcome, welcome, welcome into this room of satsang. And for all of you, wherever you may be, equal presence today. May it be that you are not sitting in the memory of Papaji, but in the living darshan of Papaji, whose grace is ever with us. And we are in gratitude to the Supreme Self, by whose grace we are expressed as life, and those experiencing life in the good fortune of being pointed by our beloved Master to that Satguru within the heart of all beings. And here in Montisage, and I feel in the heart of the Sangha worldwide, this has become not our belief, but verified and through direct experience. So out of this joy, out of the blessed, auspicious good fortune of be so blessed and endowed with such grace, we come together today to celebrate, and not the past, and not the future, but in that which we call the timeless now. And I feel that each of you listening in the heart will know this, in the place where knowing and being are one. So thank you for joining us with your presence in this space of harmony, and what we have come to recognize as the natural state. It is called sahajanishta, the natural state of being, above and beyond the systems, the categorizations through the mind in this world, but not running away. Be very, very present as presence itself. So thank you. Today, as we sit together with the mind resting inside the cave of the heart itself, beyond imaginings, beyond visualization, empty of superficial intentions, empty of any projections or clinging to the temporary manifestations. Beyond all of this, here, in the now that never passes, we find ourselves at the feet of the Lord Supreme. So I consider ourselves most blessed and auspicious, and share with as many as those whose hearts are open and yearning for the darshan, the continuous darshan of God's grace. To be the embodiment of that grace beyond ego, beyond pride, beyond division, beyond imagination, Thank you. Wherever you may be, rest in this peace now. Jai Papaji. For all lovers, not admirers, but lovers, children of mighty Satguru, I welcome you today. For without Papaji, none of us will be here. Not like this, not in this field of harmony, of love and respect, presence, joy, confidence in the spirit of truth. So we celebrate also our good fortune in this life. We don't know what has happened in any other life, if there are such things. We don't know what will take place on the stage of the world. But what we know is right now, here, we are available, fully available to ourselves, beyond imagination, in the heart of awareness itself. This our Master pointed out and keeps pointing through those who have exchanged their personal life to be in the grace of the Self. Thank you. As I sit today for this short time, whether speaking or not, my attention and being rests in that silence together in this one space. From time to time, I may find words flowing through just in respect and gratitude for the grace that is bestowed upon us, whatever may come, to the glory of the Supreme. Thank you. Thank you. Om. We will sit together for perhaps the duration of one burning incense stick today. Om. At the end of our time of sitting for this session, you will hear the bell again. And it only means that it is the closing of the session, of this session of meeting today. Throughout the day, we have by grace been able to put on some of Papaji's videos and other celebrations here in Montesaja. We hope you have the opportunity and time to join. Thank you. Om. Let us take this opportunity of leaving, just for now, everything aside. It is so possible, so free. All the thoughts about ourself and life, our intentions, and our inner tensions, simply leave them aside. There's no force required for this, just your intention. All thoughts of past or future, or even present, though they may swim up in the field of the mind, we will not engage with them. The invitation is this: leave everything. Even the very idea we have of ourself, everything we have learned, all conditioning, all intention, all projections or expectations, nicely leave aside. No force. Why? Why? For many people, from the emerging of the waking state, the phenomenal waking state, we often find the mind and attention are in gear, in contact with sense objects, within the field of imagination, about time and memory, or the sense of future and projections, or the interpretation of even the present moment. But I want that you know again, to be reminded, all this, whatever appears in form and in time, are simply clouds passing, and are witnessed in the space of pure, imageless awareness. It has always been like this. But our attention often swims out towards the things of the world. Nothing in the world is by its nature wrong. Whatever is formed out of the 5 elements is innocent, is pure. All the objects we see, the natural things of life, nature, the sky, the earth, feeling the wind, and water, fire, every object that appears through the mind in themselves are innocent expressions of the manifest consciousness. They don't wish you harm, they're there. But the attachments we feel inside the heart to possess or to manipulate, that brings in a sense of desires and fear and attachment. We're all meant to experience these flavors and qualities of the personal sense of self and to transcend them, because they do not lead to lasting happiness. We know this now. And I know that I'm in the correct company to share these few pointers again. So for this moment, to leave everything by grace of God. And even if some thought, sensations appear in the mind, it doesn't matter. It's not that they appear, but we don't think too highly of them. Keep your attention in the space of pure awareness only. Because until we're willing and capable, as we are, to leave aside the things of time and change, just for a moment, to be aware of that space behind the facade of the mind and the sense of personal self, which are manifestations appearing inside the limitless field of pure awareness. By doing this, and how easy What is required is only your permission and willingness. We find that if everything was taken aside, outside for a moment, left aside, there remains this which is unmovable, beyond form, beyond change, beyond time. This, the very heart of awareness itself. And this, our Master pointed again and again. Keep your attention here. Discover the fruit of your abidance in the heart self. That this is a tree that bears fruit immediately. And the fruit of this tree is peace, wisdom, loving kindness and compassion, openness, and a natural confidence in the timeless, the everlasting and perfect self, beyond the field of imagination and visualizations. This, when a human being can bear and be this silent emptiness, we're in the domain of the divine, in the presence of God. Beyond the you and me and this and that and us and them, in the field of harmony. When? Now. Now. Rare, it seems, in the span of the waking state, do we find ourselves able to verify through direct experience that this alone is unchanging and real. Immeasurable, beyond any categorization, the very heart of awareness itself. That which gives life to life, that takes care of life, ever present. Now that we turn our attention to verify and to be absorbed in its completeness, we find peace. Not an imagined peace, but peace which is the very foundation of the universe. Where the urge to plan futures or to secure past subjective memories do not molest your being here, in the now beyond time and the here-ness beyond place. Just is. Not sustained by any human effort. The discovery within the heart. It is no one's possession. It is everywhere present. In every heart shining the light of this world. We must also recognize the field of Maya also within our being, where once we hold on to any conviction of personhood will induce a state of sleep, even in the waking state. Be aware of this, because the self does not sleep, nor is it awake in the phenomenal sense, beyond all definitions. Unreachable through the mind, but yet choicelessly ever present as our fundamental nature. Shines the Lord of the universe as the light of consciousness. And I hope these words are not alien, not strangers to your heart and ears, but are confirming your authentic self. This was and is Papaji's work in the world, that he has imparted to each and every one of us. Simply discover and honor your discovery here now, beyond the field of waiting and projecting, leaving all attachments aside, even for one moment. If we did this for one moment, you will find the eternal in this moment itself. May my words being spoken now in your presence not be accepted in the mind as some spiritual fantasy. It is itself the evidence of the real. And beyond the words spoken, beyond not in terms of distance but in subtlety, is our true nature. You are one with yourself. Anything other than this is only imagination only. Thank you that we have this opportunity to be reminded again and again of that which alone is. And not only to be reminded of, but to dissolve in once you come to the conviction that this alone is substantial, that nothing can compare to the nectar, to the joy that radiates within and out of a heart of awareness itself. You are this, beyond the categorizations of the world. Om. Remember, inquire, verify, know. Whatever is perceived in the mind, of whatever shape, from whatever domain of time, nothing here is permanent. All are passing. Even the instrument of the senses and the body is also fleeting and passing. But all are passing in front of and within the presence of a witness which is beyond name and shape and time. the self itself. Observe this. Know this. Be confirmed in this. It has always been so, but often it has not been recognized and verified to be so. This is why imagination, mental study is not enough. What we know through the mind must combust into wordless knowing. We do not need to store up knowledge, but to digest and assimilate. By grace this is happening. This is not a hardship. Only the resistance of the imaginary self in the mind creates the sense of distance, separation, difficulties. Know these to be imaginary. Paying attention to this space in which all these are perceived, but the weakness is untouched. You can verify. Here shines peace, unfading peace and harmony and joy and confirmation of the Spirit of truth. The all-pervading truth and silence. Again, I remind you, there is no need to imagine this. It is self-evident. Simply leave aside engagement, personal engagement with the things of life for a moment. And come to notice that all things that come go. Even now here, this is so evident. From where are you looking? As what are you looking? Even your very idea of self and this form is perceived in that consciousness, unbound. Nothing to imagine. Only recognize the already so-ness of what is. You are not where you are by accident, but by grace. It is our opportunity, our moment to verify. And the joy, the peace that emanates out of this knowing, this recognition. The joy, not just hard work, but with a deep intention to find out. This intention, if it is there, even this is given by the grace of God. And what is the fruit of our inquiry? Peace. A deep silence that is there even when we speak, when actions are performed through the instrument of this body, even when thoughts come, we do not need to fight, because they can only appear in the field of your conscious self. They come and go. All things are coming and going. It is our joy in knowing this, not just believing this, but proving this, verifying this unto ourselves. Fully imbibe this in the heart. For even if you could sit for a few moments, it will return to you as timeless existence. Om. Being aware of time, you're beyond time. Being aware of forms, you're beyond form. Being aware of thought and sensations, see, this weakness is beyond forms and sensation, beyond thought, beyond intention. Beyond shape, beyond name. This is the field of imageless awareness itself. This is the inner language of God. Here you begin to experience the confirmation that the God Self alone exists unchangingly, imperishable, unbound. Where else can we know this? Where else and in what way else can we know this except within the very heart itself? Beyond, as I said before, beyond even belief. Belief is important, but belief must be transformed into non-dual knowing. Should there be restlessness or the play of distractedness, don't fight. It is only a mode of the mind. The awareness within which these are perceived, that is free of distractedness. It simply is. Thank you. Let thoughts be replaced by peace. This peace comes by grace, not by effort. Effort is only to prevent the attention from flowing away towards the changeful, the temporary. Just enough to be confirmed in the unmoving silence and peace that is the Self. blessed are we. What good fortune. What good fortune. That this invitation awakens inside the heart that is confirmable. In the recognition of this, the power of this recognition, yes, has the scope and the power to bless every aspect of our expression in the manifest world. Yet you remain the unmoving. Not by trying not to move physically, this is superficial, no. When you're silent, this silence is not the fruit of some practice. It is effortless silence. Sometimes we imagine to be silent means to not speak. Sometimes people try even to hold their breath. This is not the true silence. That limitless expanse in which the play of existence dances, but itself is untouched. Know that to be self. And the great news, we are this already. Now only to confirm. Not just belief. Belief is important. Verification is the fruit of our endeavors. No one who is alive is here by your own effort, by the grace of God. By grace of God, the vital force keeps moving as the breath in this body. Everything is happening by grace of God. Have this attitude, and already it will take away the stress of trying to be. Love is your perfume. Joy is your perfume. Openness, righteousness, your fragrance. Patience, your fragrance. Knowledge, your perfume. But the flower from which they all emanate, no one can see, not with the senses or these eyes, nor with the mind. Earlier than mind, earlier than senses, He's here. Do not just be in a state of waiting. The self is not apart from you to wait. It's not going to come because it's no distance, only to remove the imaginary, and the self is already here. This is the fruit of satsang. have this attitude. By grace of God, we are here. Be further confirmed by grace of God. We are here in the hearing of these, in the reminding of this gift, the gift of God. How paradoxical that leaving everything aside, nothing is lost. Nothing is missing. Having all things available to the senses, nothing is lost. Nothing is missing. Abide in the self. Abide in the self. Even while, as it say in the Gita, abide in the self, even while functioning as an individual in the world of names and forms. We do not need to speak about it, lest the mind will boast or make some claim about this. But be confirmed. Then your joy is unbound, your peace undisturbed and undisturbable. Grow in this inwardly, in this knowing. This is our gift in life to each other, to live in the heart as the heart itself. I hope these words are not a stranger to your ears and your heart, but only a friend that comes to help you us to confirm this is so. It is so. Not so and so, it is so. To your heart's joy. Sometimes from the mind we feel a sense of restlessness because there's still the Maya presence within our being. Sometimes we can feel even irritable because we are in the presence of the hearing of truth. But don't despair. These things must play and they must happen. Just keep confirming as we can. All these are sensations that come and go. It is as old as time. Our heart, from our heart shines the light of life, the light of this world in its purity. Do not let the mind cover it. Let discovery, self-discovery be our joy. Be our joy. Even in the midst of challenges that spring from the mind and from our conditioning. Do not be in despair, because you are already the self. It is already the truth, the inmost truth of what we are. We are simply waking up, being reminded of this again and again. This is the blessedness of life. So on this most auspicious Papaji Jayanti Day, the ancient song is being sung. Remember who you are. Be established in the heart. Transcend the waves and the clouds of the mind. God is on your side. It arises in my heart to share a psalm from the Bible, actually, right now. The 23rd Psalm, it's coming up. If I can remember, I hope. It starts like this: the Lord is my shepherd. Here we are put in the position of a sheep, and God is our shepherd. It put like this. Also the Guru is a shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in want. He guides me to quiet waters. He leads me to the quiet waters and restore my soul. He leads me in the ways of righteousness because of His name is true. Yea, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I will not be afraid, for I know that you are with me. Your words and your staff, they comfort me. He says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of those who despise me. You anoint my head with oil until my cup is overflowing with grace. Surely goodness and mercy shall be with me all of my life, and I will dwell in the house of God forever. This is a psalm, the 23rd Psalm of the Bible. This is a psalm that can be sung inside every heart. With great joy. Thank you. Om. On this day, Papaji Day, my God Day, bless that each one from your heart will continue shining powerfully the light of grace, the peace of God, the power and wisdom that transports us into the realm of the Supreme Self. Bless those who are challenged by physical sickness, by mental or emotional challenges. Blessed by the grace of God, that each transcend, and above all, that each one awakens to the eternal within your own heart, find everlasting peace. May it be so, may it be so. May it be so. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Blessings towards all beings, whatever race, whatever culture, whatever religion, whatever situation, whatever circumstances. Blessed be upon all living beings, of all peoples of the world. Peace be upon you. The peace of God be upon you and all of us. Thank you. Thank you. May your days be permeated with peace, with joy, with the silence of real being. May that joy continue to expand and to deepen at the same time, leading to eternal happiness. Let it be so. Let it be so.
Papaji, the broadcast has stopped. It's restarting. The people on Zoom are still with you, Mooji. This broadcast is down.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've just come to hear that broadcast, the wider broadcast is having some struggle, but you who I can see in the room, thank you, you are here. Thank you, for I feel in my heart I am in very good company. When we discover, remember, and honor God, we are always in the greatest company.
Very good.
Thank you. And I know for a few moments the broadcast was down. You're back again. But in the heart you have missed nothing at all, except my reminding and blessing. You are already that which you seek, the highest of which is to seek harmony with the Supreme Lord of the universe, and to radiate through this form the love, the joy, the peace of God. To be in the full living discovery of that which is timeless and imperishable. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you for this opportunity to sit together. Thank you. Wherever you are, bless you. Bless your life and your expression. But above all, bless for full awakening to that which is eternal. So be it. So be it. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hallelujah. Amen.
गुरु जैसा गुरु जैसा नाही को देवा, जिस मस्तक भाग 16 को सेवा, जिस मस्तक भाग 16 को सेवा। गुरु जैसा नाही को देवा, सतगुरु मेरा बेमोहताज, सतगुरु मेरा बेमोहताज, सतगुरु मेरे सच्चा साज, सतगुरु मेरा सबस का ताका, सतगुरु मेरा पुरख विधाता, पुरख विधाता। गुरु जैसा नाही को देवा, जिस मस्तक भाग 16 को से